Okay, ladies, we are ready to party now. We are back and ready to get into the sewing. So the first piece we're going to start with is going to be piece number 9. I have piece number 9C because my cup size is a C. So hopefully you've chosen the right piece that coordinates with your cup size. So what we're going to be doing with this piece is we are going to sew this front dart, and you should have it marked on your fabric, either notched up at the top or you use your tracing paper, whatever method that you use. I notched mine, and then I put a chalk mark here where my dart's going to end. When I sew this, I am not going to backstitch this point because I'm going to leave an edge so we can tie it in a knot so that we don't have any puckering going on down there at the end of that dart. And then the pattern also calls for us to put a stay stitch between the notches, which is right here. We don't need to back tack when we sew that stay stitch in. So that is piece number 9 that we're going to get started with. Okay, so you want to fold where your dart's going to meet. Fold it together. You should have it marked, so you should know where your folding marks are. And then if you want to, you can put your pin at the end of where your dart is going to be. I have mine marked with chalk, but I'm just going to go ahead and put a pin in there. That pin lets me know that I should stop at that point. Okay? So let's get that in. We're going to back tack at the beginning of this. Take that pin out. Take that pin out and go off the fabric, okay? Because we are not going to back tack that. All right, and I'm just gonna clip that. So on there, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but that's where my notch was. I took my point down, my stitch down to my point, and I left my my tails. So I'm just going to tie those real quick. Get that over with. Maybe not so quick once you get it separated. Okay. Okay, got it separated. Get that in there. I don't know if y'all done, I'm not. Okay, first tie. And second tie. So that front dart on that piece is all done. And now you're going to put your stay stitch in your side. No back tacking. I already have mine in because of the bloopers that went on. You don't even know. So it's already in. So go ahead and put your stay stitch in there. I'm just going to clip my in where I tied my dart. Okay. Alright, so you should have your stay stitch. That should be an easy one. And then we're going to get to the next side and fold it where we're going to sew our dot. Pin it or not pin it. Your choice, just as long as you know where you're sewing. Honestly, I would not have pinned it if I was not filming this video. But I'm going to try to be on my best sewing behavior. I don't know if I said that before, but if I didn't say it, I was thinking it. And if I did say it, then I said it twice, but that's alright. Okay, so then I'm going to back tack. Ruh-roh. Awesome issue there. So I'm going to take that out. And remember I said get your seam ripper? Well, that was one of the reasons. And I know exactly what happened. You can keep on sewing. I know exactly what happened. It's because of the bloopers. There was some thread there that I didn't get rid of, and that got caught up there. So I'm going to get rid of that now. Okay, and just gonna put that back under there, and you're probably done with yours now. Back tack, come down, move my pin off my fabric a little bit, leave myself a tail. I'm just going to cut my beginning thread, and we're just going to open that up just like we did and tie at the end of the dart. Get the thread separated. Okay. That is one. I don't know about y'all, but I can barely see my thread. That's one. And a two. Alright, and I'm just going to clip that because I'm done with that. Okay. And again, on this piece, you're going to put your stay stitch in. Mine's already in there. Give you a second. I know it's not real time, but we're going to act like it is. So we're going to be the same. Okay, should be done flipping. Alright, so you should have that. You should have gotten your last stay stitch in. Alright, so now we have our two front pieces. We have darts sewn on the front, and we have our stay stitches on the sides. Okay? And let me just clip that thread. Get that out of the way too. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with these two pieces for right this moment. We are going to put those aside because we're going to press that dart and get that all nice looking. Alright, so we're just going to put that to the side right now. And we're going to move on to the next. Okay, the next piece that we're going to pick up is piece number 4, which is our center back. That's piece number 4. Okay. Super easy to get this piece started. Okay, this is my piece number 4. And if you remember what I said when I was telling you in the blog post that you should wash and press your fabric prior to getting this done, that's something, let me just touch on that. I hate washing my fabric and pressing it out before I start. But let me just tell you, that's going to save you money, time and money in the long run. Because if you don't wash your fabric and press it because you're using it. But if you don't wash your fabric and get that shrinkage out of there, you're going to sew this fabulous garment. And then the first time that you wash that or send it to be cleaned, and it's come back, it's going to be a little tight. And you might not be able to work with it. So just to save yourself the aggravation, I do it. I don't like to do it, but I do it. So yeah, you should have washed it and pressed it. And when you press it, remember I said to put your salvage ends together and put your right sides facing each other. All right. If you did that, then when you cut this out, this should be your wrong side of the fabric, the side that you mark. And so if you did that, then all you got to do is just get this together and let's get it sewing. We're going to sew that middle seam. If you didn't do it that way and you have your outsides in, you want to make sure you flip that over. But if you did it the way that I said, we should be good. And we're going to run a stitch down the back of that, and we're going to make sure that stitch is straight because this is your center back, and we don't want any little wonky wonks going on down there. So we're going to make sure we get a straight stitch. If you need to go slow, just take it slow. So you're going to back stitch in the beginning and the end of this one. Okay. Okay, and I started that, and remember I don't know if this was in the blooper or if it was in the beginning of the other, but yeah. Make sure your thread is long enough so it doesn't pull out, and you won't have to do what I'm doing. Alright, so let's try it again. Make sure you backtack. And we are going to go straight. If you have to go a little bit slower, then go slow. Hopefully you cut straight too, because that can affect your straightness of your sewing. Alrighty, so we have sewn that back seam, and your pieces should be matching perfectly because we cut them out together and we sewed them together. Now, I didn't use any pins just now, so I mean, if you needed to use pins, feel free to use pins. This was just a straightforward piece, so I didn't think I needed to use pins, so I didn't, and it came out fine. All right, so now what we need to do is, this was piece number 4. We need to add piece number 5. Okay, so we have finished with the back piece. We've sewn the seam all the way down. We got our edges matching. We don't have any issues with that. I'm going to go ahead and open this back up with the right side facing me. And I came over here to do this at a different angle because I want you to be able to see the way that I'm placing this fabric, and it's kind of tricky. So we are going to be adding in piece number 5. Okay? So piece number 5, we want to get that. Alright, and this is my piece number 5. This is my right side of my fabric. This is the wrong side with my X. Okay, so I'm going to place it right sides together. And I'm going to start matching mine up from the bottom and then go up to the top, pinning. Okay, so when I'm doing something with a curve, I kind of like to start at the straight part and then get up to my curve, and that's where my end of my pin is going to be. So I'm going to try to maneuver this pinning job where you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to take that in and I'm going to pin it. And these are my right sides, remember? Okay. Take that, pin it. All the way up. As many pins as you feel comfortable with, that you need in order for you to get it together. Okay. There's notches there that you should be matching up. And then we're going to come all the way up here. This is my finishing. Okay, so that is one side put together. And we're going to get the other side. So this is my wrong side facing out. My right side's facing together. Again, I'm going to start from the bottom with my pinning. Work my way up to the top. I'm just going to turn this around so I can get a better grip on it. And I'm going to just turn this around here. And go on and pin that together on my top. Okay, so I'm all pinned together, and if I open it up, we're looking at my right sides. That's what it should look like. And it's my right sides. I got my center seam, and then I have my two sides that I'm getting ready to get busy and get to sewing. Okay, so I hope everybody got a good picture about that. We are adding piece number 5 to the back, and we're just going to give it a, sew around here, around the seams, and that's going to be putting those pieces together.